So when I saw these Aquazzura Wild Thing shoes, I was kind of obsessed with them, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll splurge on designer shoes here and there when I can afford it, but I love these shoes, and when I saw the price tag, it just was a little bit out of my budget, especially because they are such a trendy shoe. I'm not so sure if, 5 years from now, I'm gonna still love this shoe. So with that, I couldn't really justify buying them, but I realized they actually might be fun and easy to recreate. And so I did, and I'm really excited about how they came out. I think it's gonna be really fun to wear these all the time. I'm excited. And it only cost me, I have to do the math, but like 30 bucks or so, as opposed to 800. So what you're gonna need is a pair of red shoes. You can kind of do any color you want, but I really love the red, so I did red. Tassels, a leather cord, yarn, and scissors. And I got the shoes from Boohoo. The other craft pieces were from Michaels and Etsy, and I'm gonna put the links below, so if you want to use exactly what I use, I'll put the exact links so that you can get the same products as me. So what I started off with is, if you get a shoe like this with detachable ankle strap, you just take the ankle strap off to start, because you're not going to need that anymore. And then you're going to take the yarn, and you're going to, I used about 4 feet for each individual string, but that ended up being way too long, so I think you're good with 2 feet. And what you want to do is fold the yarn in half and fold it in half again, and then you're going to cut the loops, so then you have about 4 strings with you, 8 strings I believe it makes. But once you have the individual strings at that length, you're gonna take 2 at a time, and you're gonna wrap them around the shoe and loop them into each other. And in order for it to stay, you're gonna take 2 pieces of yarn on each hand, and you're gonna just tie them in a knot and tie them real tight. And that's how I got them to stay, so that they didn't move, because if you just loop them and hold them there, they're not going to stay. They're going to move around, and it's going to be a mess. So you want to tie that knot to make sure it stays, and then each time you do it, you want to push it down, so you're really squeezing in as many as you can get in there, because you want this to eventually look like a little wild thing of fringe at the end. So you just keep doing that around the whole front strap of the shoe until it's completely covered. Now that you're finished with it, see, like I told you, mine was way too long. You don't need to make them as long as mine because you're gonna cut off most of it anyway. Now you're kind of just giving it a haircut. So this part you can use is at your discretion. You might want to make them longer, you might want to make them shorter. I kind of tried to layer them a little bit so that some of the fringe would stick up a little and just look a little crazy, because in the actual shoe, they kind of, it's almost like a little pom-pom. I don't know how to explain it, but all the fringe doesn't just lie down. It's kind of up and crazy looking. So I tried to make it a little crazy looking as much as I could with the yarn. And I just kept at it with the scissors until it kind of looked how I wanted it to look. So I like the way that looks, and once I finished with that part, I just brought out my tassels and the leather cord that I had, and you just put it in the tassel. Basically, it's really basic, and you just tie a knot around it. I was struggling over here. I had to like cut some of this out because these long nails were just not making it easy to tie this knot, but tie the knot and you just pull it really tight, and because of the material, it kind of just, it stays, so you don't have to glue it or anything like that. You just tie it in a really tight knot, and after go back and just clip off the little extra piece sticking out so it's not sticking out too much and looks ugly. And then you want to make sure that you put the cord through the hole in the shoe to make the strap, because I didn't at first, and I put both the tassels on, and then I was like, oh crap, I have to take this tassel out because then I can't fit it through the hole. I made that mistake, so I'm telling you so you don't make that mistake. Then you just add the other tassel on, tie it real tight, and that's pretty much it. And then you have the shoes. I love how they came out. When I put them on my feet though, I still messed around with the fringe a little more on the front strap. I cut them to just make them look perfect. So I would recommend waiting to do the last minute touches when they're on your feet so that you can make sure they look good once they're on. Because you don't want to cut too much when they're not on your feet, because then you kind of are screwed when you put them on and it doesn't look right. If you have any questions about how I made these or any steps in this process, leave a comment below. You can also see how I styled them on my blog, Locks and Trinkets. I always do an outfit post with these shoes. So if you're ever curious about how they look like with a full outfit, you can just go to my blog and you can see it. Also, you can check out my other videos. I have a feathered shoe video and a pom-pom shoe video up right now. Check them out. Those are super easy DIYs. They'll take you like 3 minutes. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next week.